here. Musician, LGBTQIA icon, environmentalist, human rights activist. That 4 hours, I will hopefully have already, I don't know, been in Canada. Canada. That's right. I am. Oh, for goodness sake! I'm. Oh right. Program is shit here. It's absolute shit. Because they don't have a credible program to go to Mars. They don't have a credible program that doesn't involve rockets. I have been saying for years that there should be an alternative to NASA. There should be an alternative to SpaceX because all they do is pyrotechnic nerd porn. That's all that is. It doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't do anything. And I love X and I like what SpaceX is trying to do and the Starship, whatever. I don't even follow it because where are you going to go and what are you going to do? Because if you're not colonizing Mars, I don't want to hear it. I don't. So many people in California, they want a music career or they want to be an actor. I just want to go to Mars. That's it. If I make decent enough music that people donate their hard-earned money so I could go to Mars on my own, great. If they don't like my music, great. Hello, Ringo. How are you? I am in a bittersweet symphony. I don't know why it is that I could not get everything I need done, but I am stacked for time, stacked for everything because I have to pretty much prepare myself to kind of relinquish my citizenship. I mean, I am traveling to Canada and I'm really just going to declare myself at the border and say I've been abused. I have been abused since I was a kid in this country. Since I was a kid. Those Americans had bothered me because I was smart and because I'm colored. So they don't really like that here in America and they never will. So I choose me. I choose me. I choose to go to Canada to live a different life. Because in America, I mean, there's a lot of consumerism, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I like gadgets just as much as anybody else, but Americans aren't making the leap. They're not making the leap I want them to make. You see, if you live in California, you should be living really in metropolis. And what I mean metropolis means you should be living with robots. You should be living with AI. You should be living with androids. And right now we have piecemeal robots, but we don't really have what we need. We don't even have cyber suits at this point for most people. I guess it's kind of expensive. But the prevailing idea is that we're still organic life forms. We're still organic life forms doing organic things. For example, if you want food, you have to either walk or, in some cases, drive over to the restaurant or over to the supermarket in order to pick up your food. Why? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Let a robot pick it up. Let a robot bring it to you. Let a robot drive cars. The whole thing about a self-driving car that people don't understand is your self-driving car is not your chauffeur. Your self-driving car is your car. It's your truck. It is your go fetch this. It is not something for you to get in the back of. And I say this as someone who's been, using a lot of, you know, hired transport. But the thing that ticks me off is that I didn't even have to go to this appointment that I had today. In fact, the appointment was completely cancelled. I was late, but when I asked them some further questions, they just said, we don't do that here. And I said, gee, thanks. Because they referred me to another place, and that other place said, just come back tomorrow. And all I can say is, they are robbing us. They are robbing us by holding back technology in America. They rob you. They rob you of your money and they rob you of your time. And yeah, they do rob you of your health because why are you still going through the motions of I have to be physically present for things? Now, I will win the Nobel Peace Prize for physics. And the reason why is because of P equals Q. The idea that you can superimpose a position throughout physical universe and beyond that. Be in more than one place at the same time. But for some reason, I haven't been able to go further with that, mostly because I've had PTSD from military sexual trauma. And every time I try to go outside, I get triggered somehow. So I'm going to see about changing that. I'm going to see about traveling the whole damn globe because it's my prerogative. And I'm going to talk about environmental sustainability and I'm going to talk about technology because I find that the two of them are linked. And when you bring technology and environmental consciousness together, you get a better society. I have said for several years now, this change.org slash clear LA smoke, this petition that I had, and then I guess this is the last day that I'm going to talk about it because once I leave California, I am no longer going to support that petition. I have it on change.org and I don't have enough signatures. I don't. I don't know what's wrong with my country. What is wrong with America that you people still don't want to breathe oxygen? You want to smoke some kush? Great. You want to, blaze out on some ganja? Great. But even so, do you not like oxygen in America? Do you not want your brain to have oxygen? Because your politicians don't really want you to have brain filled with oxygen because that means that you think, that means that you judge, that means that you question. Dio jeans right there. Take your blah blah blah, bro. You can say that all you want. It doesn't stop the fact that there is pollution in America and there's not as much pollution in Canada. Why? And I say it as often as I can. It is so fucking cold in Canada, you just let the trees win. You let the trees win. You let nature take a big W. And you say, well, I guess there's major cities if you want that. But there's also villages, there's also towns, there's also, I guess, unincorporated little areas where people just say, I feel comfortable living here, and so I live here. And I made my peace with the trees and the wildlife and everything. And that's what I want. I want a life like that. Yeah, does that mean that I'll have to give up a few of my comforts? Yeah, but what would I gain? What would I gain if I didn't have to watch telly all the time? If I didn't have to listen to music that I didn't write? If I just took a moment to be myself by myself? I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out what it feels like to finally be by myself without this PTSD over my head all the time, stopping me from winning a Nobel Peace Prize for physics, for finally shutting up those nerds at NASA and SpaceX and say, this is a spaceship, not your stupid space shuttles that you'd have there. No more rockets, because this is better. And by this, I mean the commute. And well, quite frankly, I will not be building the commute in Canada because I think I need a permit for that. But I can still submit it to the Nobel Peace Prize Committee in order to get my prize. And like Agatha Harkness, I want my prize. Some people want a Grammy, some people want an Oscar, some people want an Emmy. I want my Nobel Peace Prize for physics and mathematics. I'm a nerd, absolutely a nerd. And yes, most musicians are nerds, but I think I take it a little bit further because I actually want to go to space, go into outer space, and not just live in a city like Los Angeles, which, by the way, I love you. I have loved you for how long, but you're just not environmentally conscious. You're just not woke. You're just not the type of city that would say to restaurants, I know that you have used plastic for decades, but could you please try and use paper or bamboo or any sort of biodegradable material that isn't plastic, that isn't something that chokes dolphins, wraps around their little snouts so that they can swim properly. I say this because I looked at Cirque du Soleil's latest creation and I said, wow, they really are Canadian porpoises. I don't know where I was going with that. I just wanted to say that out loud that Cirque du Soleil currently looks like Canadian porpoises. And I'm okay with that because I'll just say it again because I don't think even Marvel understands what I say. I am a genetic mutant. I really am a genetic mutant. And I would very much like to live in a habitat that is a bit more comfortable for my species, which is not human. No, I left human back a while ago. So that's what's been going on. Let me see what's been going on in the chat. Cornball. If there's corn in your food, there'll be corn when it comes out. I don't know what you're saying there. Okay. I don't even know what you're saying there. But what I can say is I've been disappointed by America in its treatment of the LGBTQIA. I have been disappointed that with all of the technology and Homeland Security and the FBI, CIA, NSA, everything, you allowed Orlando to suffer a hate crime like it did in that discoteca. I'm disappointed. I'm heartbroken. I'm absolutely heartbroken. And all I can do is, I can't judge you. I can't, because I'm I'm leaving here. I'm leaving you. But what I will say is there have to be gays in the NSA. There have to be gays in the military. There have to be gays, transsexuals, transgenders throughout all of the federal government. And every time there's been a serious attack on my community, they all looked away. That hurts. That really does because I'm supposed to be an LGBTQIA icon. And I guess the only reason why I can be an icon is that I will be honest that the LGBTQIA need to stop begging for equality from these pigs, from these bigots who will let us be shot, murdered, bullied, discriminated against. We are supposed to have civil rights here in America, and we do not have those as people who maybe express our gender differently or find a difference of opinion on how to get your rocks off. Some people like a cock in the ass, some people like to do pussy on pussy action. I'm okay with both. Good for you. And that's the attitude America should have had from the beginning. Good for you. But instead, it's just become brutal and violent. And I don't want any part of it. I want to be a part of a country that says, because I suck the cock, I suck of the dick, that my life is less than. So I will pick my black ass and I will take it to a country that actually says, fine. There's lots of hot French Canadian. Some of them are hockey players, some of them are Mounties, some of them just want to mount you and go have fun. There's a tree over there, there's a bush over there, there's a log cabin over there. Fuck everyone. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do because I am sick and tired of having to ever apologize or make myself feel small because of who I choose to allow into my heart. And that's how America continues to treat us. All right. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. You can have this shit. You can have all this shit. Because as much as I love technology, it's not the same exact thing as having a warm mouth on your cock that has a beard on it. So fuck you. I'm going to go on my sexual liberation tool. I was going to do the clean air disco, but no, it's just the sexual liberation tool. I'm going to start in my beloved Canada and then I'm going to go to Europe and I'm just going to enjoy myself. And I'm going to let you enjoy your smog, your pollution, and your shitty fucking space programs here in America because I have been fighting for you people for years. And instead of supporting me by allowing me the space to better your lives, by giving you better technology, by drafting a city plan. You know what you did here in LA? You took every opportunity to trigger my PTSD. You took every opportunity to commit a hate crime against me. And then, yeah, you moved me into that neighborhood where I felt uncomfortable all the time. Leave the space program out of it. Fuck no. Fuck no. Because the lack of a space program is what's been affecting America. Because you do not have any progress towards going to Mars, people have given up. People have moved on out of it. There's the lovely game No Man's Sky, which I saw a trailer for. So, I mean, it's fresh on the brain. How many people are playing that? And how many people are playing Fortnite? Now, both are credible games because No Man's Sky is teaching you how to build a base and to keep it moving. And Fortnite is telling you that the world is a dangerous place. Fortify. But it's not the same exact thing as saying you're a nerd, go into the space program, join the space program, and put us on Mars. That is not what my country wants to do. My country just wants to stay on Earth. That is stupid. The technologies that you would gain by going to another planet and terraforming it, or at least making it habitable for like a 2 second selfie, would be life saving, life changing here because the climate is changing here. I don't know if you catch up on those things, but it is. All right. You're just a disgusting person. I don't know how anyone can even begin to find dignity and compassion in this country without a proper reason for their existence or any kind whatsoever in this world. Well, thank you. I'm an American, so of course I'm disgusting. I take that with pride because the more gross you are, the more you realize that you want to be better. So, yeah, I want to be better than I want to rise above the filth, which is America, which I'm crawling out of by leaving. And I call it filth because I just do not agree with how people have been going about things here. The whole Black Lives Matter thing. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to talk about all your shit here because this is my one opportunity to talk about how I feel about America. The Black Lives Matter movement should have been Black elevation, Black royalty, saying stay true to your culture, stay true to your, your people, but still elevate your mind, elevate your surroundings, elevate your community, and you will have a better community. Don't say, okay, well, the cops are being assholes. The cops are fucking scared. And yes, some of them are assholes. But you know what that means? That means that you have to be better because you can't expect the stranger who is paid by the government, paid handsomely to do their job with dignity, to, I don't know, follow up on the because I have had two hate crimes committed against me here in Los Angeles, and the LAPD and the LA Sheriff's Department still haven't found those people. I gave them pictures of the people. I gave them timestamps of the people. Didn't find the people who attacked me. Wow. Thanks. Thanks. No, no, there are other people who were being attacked, called a faggot, and punched and kicked. There are other people, dealing with that. So you just think hate crimes don't matter here in California, and you wonder why I don't want to live here anymore. You wonder why after the 4 years that I've been here that I'm just done. I'm just done with California. I would rather go to a small little village where they just say, you know, we have low crime here, mostly because it's so fucking cold that when you think about doing something naughty, when you think about doing something naughty, you just say, I'll just stay in and keep masturbating so I don't freeze to death. And the whole country that thinks that way, or thinks that allowing new people into your bedroom for warmth, I think they might be onto something. I think they might because if I'm going to Canada, I mean, I'm a big bear. Might I fit in your bed? I mean, I will sing. I'm a musician. I can play the guitar. I can play the I can play the pipper. I can play a lot of world instruments. Take you on a journey if you're into that. But I digress from my dating profile, which I'm pretty much putting online. I like French Canadians with a little Quebecers into their lingo. I like beards, clearly. Um, I like a bear, but I mean, you got to be solid. You got to be solid. That's what I'm into. I will be putting it out there that I am interested in females, but because of the PTSD, it will take me a while to feel anything because I've just been hurt so badly by America that it makes me think that I can never love again. Oh, hi there, Jay. Hi there. So, um, do you not see like the fucking meta that I have here? Yeah, I'm a veteran. What, you think you civilians could afford this shit? No, 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 no. Veteran. But it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I am a Brit. I mean, my father was, and then he got that American pussy. And when he filled that American pussy with his righteous British seed, you get another Brit, just like him. But since I live here, I kind of felt that I should do something to support the country, and I have. I really have. I have been an outspoken environmentalist here in America, and for that, you people have been rude. Just rude. So, I will take my hurt feelings and my good intentions and just go fuck off and let you enjoy the overcrowded, overpopulated little mess that you have here, where I will go into this because I will enjoy speaking about what's wrong with America. So your politicians are paid well, really well. But what do they do with their time and money? Because it doesn't seem like it's fixed their infrastructure. It doesn't seem that the LA mayor and the LA city council invested anything in their fire budget. Now, I have been running a very erotic X campaign to raise awareness of firefighters, mostly because I do loveth the bug. I really do loveth the bug. But I also want to make sure that people keep it in their heads that LA has wildfires. LA has huge wildfires, and they don't have enough personnel, they don't have enough training, they don't have enough resources. And you people live right on the edge of the forest. I mean, you think, if you live in something like downtown LA or, you know, any of those outlying areas, that these forest fires will never affect you because you live in the city, you don't live in the forest. The forest is more than just the places that you didn't chop down because those trees, those trees that you murdered, plant killers here in California, they had names, they had jobs. You think that it's beneath you to think of trees and plants and animals as things that have souls, things that have thoughts. Well, they do. They do. And California burned down those forests. You could say it was a lightning strike. You could say that it was a weird spark that just came from somewhere. But I know that it was the smog. It was the smog of LA that did that to those trees, that did that to those forest animals, burned them alive. And LA refuses to take responsibility for that. Now, what can I do? I'm only a musician. I'm only a bearded person who's a bear and ready to be loved. All I can do is talk about it on YouTube, talk about how we have lost our way, that we think as people who live in a city that our pollution from cars, from the aerosol products that we use, um, hairspray, Nikki Blonsky, don't affect the surrounding ecosystems. They do. They do. So I cry. I cry about California because this is supposed to be the one state that gets it. One state that could turn things around. And I keep making petitions here and nobody signs them. And I keep making music, which is terrible. My latest reinterpretation of the kid Leroy. Um, no one should listen to a Coldplay, my newest rendition of that. I mean, it's not danceable. It clearly is not something that you would dance to. Or my Nicki Minaj reimagining of Chun-Li. No one should listen to that because I mean the thumper thumper and the bass line would blow your mind. But either way, I've done my part. I really have. The rest is up to you. I hope that people who have been here since the beginning, since the beginning, can rise to the occasion and be an environmentalist, be someone who speaks up for trees, for rabbits who can't go to a voting booth and say, please don't burn down my home and my young children. Sure, we live in a borough and it's not exactly a Beverly Hills mansion, but please don't burn down our home. Rabbits can't vote, so maybe we should speak for them. Maybe we should respect our real neighbors, the coyotes, the wolves of California, the bears of California. You know, it's really strange that the California flag has a bear on it, but all of you hate nature. That's really odd. I never really thought of it until today. All right. We know what you did, all of you. We know your deep, dark secrets. Yes, you know that I love big bucks and I cannot lie. Those other brothers might deny that when a buck walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in my face, I get sprung. And I pull up tough because you know that I want him to be stuffed. Cheap with the clothes he's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring at 911 on ABC. Oh, baby, I want to get with you, Oliver, and then take your picture. My homeboys tried to warn me, but that buck you got makes me so horny. Hallelujah. 911 and ABC. I really do love Buck, the character. The character, yes. I'm gonna miss watching that show because, that one of the things that you don't get in Canada because of tariffs, which I commented on previously. So if you want my opinion on the tariffs, I guess you can watch an earlier video. Oh, right. And it's now being uploaded to a cloud file that connects to Asgard. Things are changing and our time is now. You have ruled this land for too long, bitches. I hope so. I mean, honestly, I just want California to get better. I wish I could stay and fight, but like I said, I have PTSD from military sexual trauma, so I'm gonna let the healing, the sexual healing, begin by fucking anyone who buys me a drink. Anyone who buys me a drink and the bartender a drink for serving. Anyone who could do that while reciting the alphabet in French. Anyone who could do that while doing a backflip because I will be trying to get tickets for Cirque du Soleil for the rest of my life. Anyone who anyone who can um handle wood like a beaver and make me say hot damn. Yeah, we may have sexual congress, and if you're into it, then I'm into it. I'm definitely into it. So yeah, as much as I am crying over the loss of trees in the recent bout of Los Angeles and California never takes responsibility for any of their environmental destruction and should be sued by that now defunded EPA that the president gave the boot to, rightly so. But I do wish them the best. If you turn this around, great, great. I don't know if I would come back, but I mean, I gotta play the Staples Stadium, or is it the Crypto.com arena? I'll book one of those eventually. Whatever. But I am glad that there are so many people here today to join me on this. This is gonna be a weird 24 hours. 24 hours because 24 hours from now, give or take, I may be in a completely different country. I may be looking at really pretty people. I may be fucking and sucking some people. I may be drinking some cum from some people. I may be fucking and loving it. I may be. I may be. Or I just, might be, staring out a window. But I mean, Rome is fuckable. So if I go to Canada and I look as fine as I do, I don't know. If someone says, "Would you?" I mean, I'm being facetious here. I'm not really saying that I'm going to fuck in the forest unless it's in a tent because I mean, my hands are soft and velvety. It just cannot handle the size of the wood in Canada, the giant French Canadian woods of Canada. my hands just won't be able to handle it. I may have to use my mouth. I just don't know what I will do. I do not. But yeah, that's me. That's me. A sexual explorer, a sensual lover, an Englishman with an American background, but forgive me. I was blinded by Chris Evans and his wonderful chest hair as Captain America. All wispy three of it that Hallie Atwell got to touch for 2 seconds. Jealous. Anywho, I'm. That's what's been going on for me. I mean, I got a slew of new music coming out. I had a couple covers that I did, as thank yous to the people who wished me happy birthday, which is really, really nice. I still owe Gary from Rascal Flats. I still owe him a song, but I don't know. I play the guitar. I'm just not as good as I want for him because I'm pretty sure he would appreciate a country cover to his country song, unlike Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails, who I did a Chinese instrumental to his song. I don't know how he would react to that. I'd like to think that he's a musician and would appreciate someone who loved his new single and felt inspired to respect him by saying that your song translates across many languages and cultures. Tell them the truth, you dirtbag. You are absolutely right, Stretch. I like big bucks, and I cannot lie. You other brothers might deny that when a buck walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in my face, I get sprung. And I pull up tough because I know that he wants to get stuffed. Hooked on the jeans he's wearing. Hmm, I just end up staring at the screen of 911 on ABC. But it's not available in Canada, so womp womp. I guess I just might have to look at regular people who are actually available and may or may not be attracted to me. I would love to find out. I would love to find out whether or not any French Canadian hockey players would like to take a big, juicy black puck to the mouth. If you enjoy the BBC and play hockey, you let me know. You can easily email me, send me a pic of your stick. I will judge it and I will come back to you. But either way, that's what's going on. I've never felt so emboldened to say that I am single. I have PTSD, so I haven't even really talked to a guy who I may feel a sexy vibe from because of the amount of PTSD triggers that I've had to endure here in California. But if you don't mind that my first sexual encounter might be me crying because of the amount of hurt and torture that the American government has put me through, and the disappointment of knowing that this is the land that I gave up my family for. This is the land that I gave up my music and acting career for. And this is the land that I can't stop defending and supporting, even though they piss me off to no end. I just want them to be a little less miserable. I wish America wasn't so fucking cunty. because they might just be one of the most awesome nations on the world if they just cared about the environment, but they don't do that here. So I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. Because I'm not gonna live in a country that doesn't care about trees, rabbits, squirrels, skunks, and whatever other things are crawling around in the forest that is beneath your notice because you went to Starbucks. Nothing against Starbucks. And you drove in a car which led to pollution, which led to a smog, which raised the temperature, which caused a fire and burned down 5 forests at least. You don't care about those things. I do care about those things. I care deeply about those things. I have been doing a podcast consistently up until my latest PTSD triggers about the forest fires. All I do is talk about the forest fires. How could you say I don't care? You drive. I certainly do not drive. I've never driven in my life. Never. And if anything, I try to, you eat food with animals. Well, I eat food with my dogs. I mean, they have a separate bowl. So, I mean, it's not exactly like we're sharing. I'm a werewolf. What do you expect? Do you see my collar? Hmm, it's nice, right? Hmm, arf, arf. When are you leaving? As soon as I fucking can. I have to go through all of the American capitalist crap that I've accumulated in my 4 years here amongst these capitalist pigs who burn down forests and then throw a party for it so they can invite celebrities to dance on the graves of all the animals that they murdered when they kept using petroleum in California without thinking of the consequences. I mean, why don't you buy me one? Then, I could wear it and I could say your name. But either way, I don't know. Hopefully California gets its shit together. I really do. Really do. Because I'm an environmental scientist and I want them to maybe listen to me one of these days about civic planning, about public health, things that matter here. And yeah, I mean, I guess I'm being a bit myopic and I'm not talking about the rest of the country, but the rest of the country doesn't want to change. California might want to change. And maybe because of my PTSD, I never talked to the right people. I mean, there was that lovely Silver Lake cleanup, and I never went to it because I had PTSD and I was triggered because someone groped me on that disgusting LA Metro. So I never went to the LA cleanup of Silver Lake. And I feel bad about that because if you don't write it down on a calendar, it will never get done. Your mayor doesn't have it in their budget, in their agenda to take care of the communities. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry about how much I cared about Los Angeles and I wanted it to be a good place. But all they did was trigger my PTSD over and over and over again. And like the mermaid, the Canadian porpoise, which I am descended from, all I could do was cry and flip my fins. And I didn't get too far because legs are required for jumping and dancing. Strolling along down a Salem, what's that word again? Oh, street. Oh, walk the LA River, you'll be shocked what's there. Are you going to talk about the military at all? I do talk about the military. I By talking about the environment, I am talking about the military because if you are stationed on base in California, you're breathing this in too. You're breathing in all of this. You think that the military are divorced from the civilian world. You're still subject to the laws here, and you're still subject to the crimes against humanity that California commits by constantly using petroleum-based products in their cars and their trucks and in their aerosols. Way too emotional, dude. Too many labels. Choose one. I get so emotional, baby. Every time I hear you, I get so emotional. And it's shocking what love can do. Binanya. American here. American where? American where? People say I'm an American. What does that fucking mean? Because if that just means that on your passport, on your state ID, it says you're an American and you're an American citizen, then that's not good enough. That's not good enough because that means that you just think about the squiggly little lines and you don't think about the land. You don't think about your community. And I don't want to live in a country that just says you are squiggly lines and you live in squiggly lines that they drew on a map. I want more than that. I want more from a country. I want to be a part of a people. I want to be a part of something or start something new. Seriously, you need to reduce your labels you give yourself. Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Because village elder, because, I'm an octogenarian at this point in this industry. Village elder is a label. It's a label. I don't say it, but being a sage, being someone who is a mature community, civic minded person, that's a label. That's a label I put on myself. But it's one that I wear with pride because it means I care about my community. You know how many times I had to bash the city and town that I live in? I bash it because it needs to get itself sorted. It really does. The idea that you had graffiti in my fucking town, that you graffitied my buildings that were my neighbors, shame on you. The fact that you take your litter and then you just throw it on the ground. You throw it on the ground. What creeps you are. What creeps. I mean, I like sports, so I mean, if you did a Super Bowl dance while doing it, then you really are an asshole. But I have to admit, I mean, if I saw that, I would laugh so hard I would come in my pants. Oh well, what were we saying? Yes, when I say I have PTSD, I'm American though, and through, zero passport. Salem, if you believe that there's life after love, I might too because I feel something inside me say I really don't think I'm strong enough. Oh, but if you believe in life after love, share it with me. I don't know. What will I podcast about once I'm no longer in America? I'm pretty sure Canada has its share of environmental issues, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm going to be very respectful. I'm going to be very respectful because I will be a guest. I will be a guest. Um, a very horny guest, but I will be a guest of a foreign nation, and I wouldn't consider it an invasion, unless you are invading my second hole. Horny. Oh, wow, wow. I mean, I've heard legends of French Canadian cock, and now I finally get to experience it. Maybe after a couple of drinks, because gotta loosen up a bit. So that. I mean, my hole is so tight. My hole is so tight. I mean, you gotta lick it before you kick it. I mean, you gotta get it soft and wet so you can stick it. Boom, ba da 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 boom. I don't know what that means, but I think it means, put on some extra lube. That's all. What are you doing with your hair? I have no clue. I'm not a stylist. I like to think that my hair is a product of drool from when I actually do get to sleep, and semen that ejected from my penis at high velocity and then got stuck there because I was too lazy to wash it back out. All right, that's me. That's me. There aren't ports to support electric cars, Bignanya. I'm so glad that you said that. I'm so glad. The electric car is once again a false pathway to a technological upgrade. The electric car was always hailed as this magic device that would rid us of the evil of petroleum. And it doesn't. In fact, it makes it worse. It it really does, because now that everyone is buying an electric car, to stay woke, they take the electric cars and then they put them on the highway, which clogs up traffic, making the cars that use petroleum exert more energy, because the Americans that have been sitting in them keep their air conditioning on, they keep the radio on, they keep their phone charged on it, and it's just you're living in your fucking car, and we're not talking about it. No politician says, why are Americans living in their cars? I mean, Kelly Clarkson was living in her car, and she's Kelly Clarkson, so I mean, she walked away. I'm sorry, she had to break away. She's Miss Independent. What can I say? She saw the dark side, and she just said, "I'm gone anyway." But my life would suck without you, Kelly Clarkson. I never actually did my cover of Love So Soft. Oh, I guess I could still do it in Canada and have it ready by Christmas. Santa, can you hear me? Living in cats. Do you have a point, Warden 75? I've been talking about environmentalism and how much I fancy the firefighters of 911 and ABC. I think those are two very valid points. They're very coherently said, by using rap lyrics by Sir Mix-a-Lot. And yeah, I mean, those are very valid points. She wasn't in the car voluntarily. Salem Black, once again, with a solid point there. Why do politicians not talk about poverty? Why do they not talk about wealth inequality? Why do they not talk about how the standard of living and the wage that we have want to see Beyonce on these handprints in good grips all on my ass. It's a private show with the music blasting. You know, he likes to call me Peaches when we get this nasty. Gundam told you they will do it on live with everyone watching you. Everyone watches me all the time. I live in America. That's a police country. I mean, when I say police country, I think it's just that they have so much surveillance, whether or not it's legal or not. And you give up so much of your personal information anyway. Like when Apple asks to do diagnostics on your devices, but really it's, can we tag along as you watch Raunchy Bastards and Men.com, so you can watch hot man on man bareback action. And I'm like, okay, well, if Apple wants to jerk off with me, then yeah, I mean, I guess I'm kind of cool with that. I mean, I like the idea that someone's wearing an Apple shirt going, uh, don't fast forward, dude. I was gonna finish. I like that. I think that's kind of cool that you live in a country that does that. Or not. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not on the receiving end of that video feed. The fact that you even compare me to Lenny Kravitz means that you might want to go my way. Unless you're an American woman, then I would have to say stay away. Get away from me, I would probably say. LOL, LOL. You people are the ones that are funny. How can you live in a country that, watches you go pee pee all the time, or watches you when you touch your own pee pee, and yet still says, "Could you refresh your location so we can know where you are while you were touching your pee pee?" Oh, I'm sorry. Women do not have a tallywhacker. Uh, they have a purricator, I guess is what we will call it. So if you were double clicking the mouse of your purricator, and Apple asks, "What is your current location?" and you don't shut the phone off, you might be interested in letting Apple into your bedroom. I'm American male, sir. Oh, good for you. J. Morgan. Is that any relation to Tracy Morgan? I'm a girl and I eat danishes. No, 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 no. Hi, I'm Brian Fellows. That your breath is uppity. American here. You're funny as hell. I try not to be. I can't help it. I mean, I guess when you're British, you just have a certain whimsy, whimsy to how you see tragedy sometimes. It's like when you see things on fire, you just say, I could put that out, but my hands were cold at the time, so I just drew a little bit closer. LMAO. I hope you find this funny. I find most things in SNL really funny. I'm being honest. I think I'm the biggest SNL nerd next to James Franco. But he beat me to it by doing the fucking documentary. So I guess they could do another one. I mean, they just did another one. They did a retrospective. Like, because I have PTSD, I couldn't fucking go to it. So now I have to watch it. I have to buy it and then watch it. Yet another thing that I want to talk about because I'm an environmentalist. I'm not against the cinema and the movie industry. The accent with the babble is funny. I do have a rather queer way of talking, but I've spoken this way for nigh on a couple of decades. I won't say how many because I just had a birthday and I have been sobbing over it. Sobbing mostly because it means that I might be able to get a discount on breakfast soon. Random babble. Is it really random? Is it really? I've got nothing. I mean, I could be speaking in tongues, but when a fire starts to burn, when it starts to spread, some people just don't want to do nothing with their lives. Did you tell them what you do to cats by using your hands? Well, I mean, if you see a pretty pussy, I mean, you're supposed to just, take and just, I mean, not too much tongue. I mean, I can only give this amount of tongue. That's all that I can give. Also, I will be stripping the sheets from the mattress. Just a bare mattress and the two of us and our lovemaking. Although I am into taller men because the height difference, I just want to get ragdolled. Like a sneaker in dryer. Kadunk, kadunk, kadunk. You're fine. Thank you, Bean Nunya. Thank you. I mean, I wish I was a bit more attractive because then I could probably go on auditions for things. But like I said, I have PTSD, so I kind of puts the kibosh on ever doing anything that I mean, look, I could do only like gay on gay movies, but I think that's just porn. I mean, look, I watch gay cinema just like everyone else, and sometimes I just say, you know, did the character have to, be such a wanton slut? And I said, well, that's because that's who I am. Look outside. We knew you'd admit it. You're finished. I look outside all the time. You know what I see? I see homeless people who are also horny. And I wish that I had it in my heart to say me love you long time. But I mean, some folks like to hit it and quit it, but I'd rather stay and play in a different country because I'm long and I'm strong and I'm down to get the friction on. So, ladies, yeah, do you want to ride my Mercedes? Then turn around, stick it out. Even white boys have to shout. I am finished. You're right. I mean, I am finished. I mean, normally I finish on my chest, sometimes on my lower stomach, but that's only because, I haven't really been doing much ab work. I mean, normally, I aim for like my forehead or like my hair because I find that the texture is like really good. It's like a really fine conditioner. And then I rub it in a little bit, especially around the roots. Because, if you rub it in, it it kind of stimulates like root growth and it's like really good because it's a very good antifungal. Just things I've learned. I mean, look, I'm not a doctor, but I have ejaculated on my hair several times and I have seen results. I'm sorry, Morgan. What were you saying? What do you want me to say, Morgan? I ain't too proud to beg. I'm just a Brit man hollering with a swagger. I ain't too proud to beg. No, I ain't too proud. I ain't too proud to beg. I want some TLC. And I haven't been getting TLC from California. I mean, there was that one time where they took pity on me and a giant cocked short king covered in tattoos let me suckle upon his penis as if his balls were giving free vodka. And it was lovely. It was absolutely lovely. And California, you will always have a place in my heart for looking at a disabled veteran and saying, I'm going to find you a very, very pretty thing to enjoy in your mouth. And yes, it was very tasty because I like uncut. Um, Dick cheese is the missing flavor to semen. I'm guarantee it. I absolutely guarantee it. You have said enough. You know all the American songs. Well, look, I could quote Warwick Avenue, but I mean, it would go right over your head because you're not fans of Duffy. I mean, I'm begging you, mercy, mercy, mercy. But America's always been a stepping stone back to the United Kingdom. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just be the rider, follow the lights. There's something in the way I move. So Canada first for my sexual adventure tourism. And I don't know. There's this guy in Scotland right now who has been showing me his pink little butthole underneath the Scottish kilt, and I don't know. He showed it so many times. I kind of want to stick my tongue up it. If he is down for it, I don't have an OnlyFans, but I might have to. You see, that's the problem with OnlyFans. Like, I tried to sign up for OnlyFans and they just denied me, flat out denied me, and I just said, "Why? Why? I mean, is it because I'm ugly?" And they wouldn't even say that. I'm like, okay, that hurts my feelings that you wouldn't even tell me if I was ugly, because I could work on not being ugly. I mean, I can put on a backwards cap. I I mean, look, am I still fugly when I've got the backwards cap on? Because the backwards cap means I'm ready to suck dick. Because if you have it forward and you're going at it, I mean you're like I mean, like, you're really going at it, and like all you're really doing is just headbutting someone with the brim of your hat. You're headbutting someone with the brim of your hat, which isn't really sexy. I mean, if that gets your rocks off, I mean, I know some girls who like stomp on your balls. I mean, like it's that abrasive to do. So, I mean, out of kindness, when I suck dick, I mean, I'm no expert, but I mean, I just I put the hat on backwards because it just makes sense. It makes sense that if you suck dick, you put your hat on backwards, unless you're a lady. And if you're a lady, then I guess you let your hair fall down and wash his feet if he needs. I mean, I'll break it down. I'll break it down. Judah, Judah. Okay, I cannot help myself. I fell into the YouTube rabbit hole too. I wasn't even looking for a live. What can I say? If you're gonna go outside America, you got to do it with a smile. You really do. You really do. But since I have you all here and I'm about to go to Canada, I will sing my favorite song from Canada. I've been sitting in the dirt for 24 hours. I've forgotten my own worth for 24 hours. Did you be here last night? I'm tired of shaking from my skin. Clean up this mess I've been put in. I'm guessing you can't always win. I'm guessing you can't always win. I can't have anything I want. You say I'm just too young, but it's not my fault. I find my own way home if I gotta. I'll make it all alone for 24 hours. 24 hours. Yo, I'm super excited. I'm super stoked. I actually get to go to, I think, Queen Street. I don't know what's there, but I mean, if I was there, I might take a picture on Queen Street. I guess if you're Canadian, you know what I'm talking about then. If you're not Canadian, um, I guess it's a bit of a mystery what I talked about there. I don't even talk this wild when I'm drunk. What are you drinking then? I drink cum. 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 I drink cum. I drink cum. I do. I mean, honestly, I am an American entrepreneur of dairy. I stand by my own product. Can't imagine you on Queen Street. What are you saying? Clutch. Oh, I'm sorry I lost you. Oh, that's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna have myself such a good time. I feel alive. And the world, I'm turning inside out. Yeah, floating around in ecstasy. So don't stop me now. Don't stop me, 'cause I'm having a good time. Having a good time. I'm a racing car driving by like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm gonna go, go, go. There's no stopping me. I'm burning through the skies. Yeah, that's why we're going. It's the burning high. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I'm gonna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, I'm having a ball. Mm. I don't know. I do a lot of singing. I do a lot of singing. I do love my Canadian music. So I just did Fifi Dobson. Don't go. Like, don't go. But I mean, LA, we are never, ever, ever getting back together. Like, this is the second time that I came to LA, and it's even worse than the first. Because at least in the first, I mean, I was able to meet the very, very talented musician who sang this song to me, and I want to share it with you because it changed my life forever. Because he was telling me about the music industry, and I was really open to learning his wisdom because he said, "Don't smear your makeup. I just wanna break up, giving lots of head, but the sex is unoriginal." She says it tickles, choking on my pickle. My label said these lyrics would get me on the radio, on the radio, on the radio. Yeah. So don't smear your makeup. I just wanna break up. Abel said these lyrics would get me on the radio. She says it tickles, choking on my pickle. Label said these lyrics would get me on the radio, on the radio, on the radio. Yeah. I don't know what he was referring to, but I mean, I took it by the fact that he was performing in Venice that he was really, really good with the guitar and should be someone you take advice from. So I did. And look at me now. Look at me now. I'm making paper. Look at me now. Look at me now. Oh, pressure then. Oh, fucker. Hmm. I'm excited. I'm excited for what happens next because once I leave America, America keeps going. America keeps chugging along, chugga lugga lugging like a 4D tractor. Hmm. International harvester. Mm-hmm. America. America's an international harvester. It takes all the people from the other countries and mashes them together and then eventually spits them out to inflict rock music on the rest of the planet. Except that I do disco, mostly disco. I don't know, does anyone like disco here? I like disco. Disco. I'm just going to hang out with people for a bit. I mean, I really should sleep. I don't know, it's not even 3 a.m. I must be lonely. But every morning when I wake up, there's a halo. I mean, I know it's not mine, but I can see if I can use it for a weekend or maybe a one night stand. Hmm. Oh well. What will I do if I don't have LA to be the source of all my problems? Would I just be happy? Could I be happy being someone who hikes through a forest or picks up litter and watches other people pick that up too? Or cheers because I live in an area that doesn't have that much litter? Or would I just be miserable enjoying fresh air, enjoying watching squirrels chase each other in between checking every dating website to whether or not anyone wants to fuck me for that day? I mean, it's going to be amazing to visit Canada and to share my holes. I mean, share my soul through music and my hotel room. Share my holes, not my hotel room. You got to go before room service shows up. But either way, that's me. My name is XIlyana. I am a musician. I am a lover. No need to ask. I am a smooth operator. I hope to see you in Canada.